another episode of Endless Seas Fishing. Today I'm going through a clip where I land a really nice Spanish mackerel, land-based. High-speed spinning it's called, with metal lures like this one. So it was back in 2015 actually, when I had lived down in New South Wales, the mid-north coast. And each year in summer and autumn and even the beginning of winter, the warm ocean currents from up north they head down south, and you might have heard of the East Australian current, the EAC, from a movie called Finding Nemo. And yeah, this current actually exists. So when that warm water comes down through those months, there will be a current of warm water called the EAC, and when this warm water hits headlands, which are poking out into the ocean, it brings a manner of all sorts of fish like Spanish mackerel, marlin, cobia. What else is there? Long-tailed tuna. I mean, the fish will be spread out a bit, but especially when that specific bit of current hits the headland, yeah, fishing can be red hot actually. A lot of times it's not red hot and you're just casting lures, catching nothing, but when the fish are coming through, it is a awesome time, which you can see in this footage at the moment. I have hooked up one morning on the rocks there's a few people with me. Usually these ledges become quite popular through those months, and you got plenty of hands on deck, people with gaffs to help you get the fish. So I hooked up and big screaming run, like peeled so much line. I definitely thought it was a Spanish mackerel with the speed of that line and the amount of line that it took. But after that big run, it sort of, the fight totally changed. It became very, almost a bit of a dead weight, which you can see in that video. The fish isn't really screaming off, and I'm playing it pretty lightly actually, because I could feel something's not quite right. So it goes for a little while there where I slowly get some line, just playing it easy. When I could pull the rod up, then I'd wind some line down, but if I couldn't pull it up too easily, I wasn't going to fight against it in case I pulled the hooks. So you can see there, plenty of hands on deck, 2 cameras rolling, gaff man, a few old mates there that I haven't seen for a long time since moving up north. The gear that I'm using, so I'm using a Daiwa Saltist 4500, that's the old model, and this was actually a gift from my mum and dad for my 21st birthday, which I requested. It's a high speed reel, so it's 6.2 to 1 gear ratio. I think it's about 113 centimeters per wind, so every single wind getting in 1 meter of line. So you can imagine what we're doing is we're casting out a metal lure, usually a bit bigger than that one. I let it sink to the bottom, and I literally just wind as fast as I can. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 meters of line within seconds, just ripping that chrome lure as fast as you can. And if the Spanish mackerel are there or nearby and they see that chrome flashing and moving fast, they literally just cannot resist it. That's how even in my boat, that's how I catch most of my Spanish mackerel. Yeah, so that's the technique with a high-speed reel. And then the rod I was using was a 9-foot Smarky Zing. This is a first generation model. It's not overly heavy, 10 to 25 pound, but it's plenty grunt to pull in long-tailed tuna and Spanish mackerel and things like that. This, yeah, it's still one of my favorite rods. when I use it off the rocks here in Mackay. But the first gen came with these K series guides, which poke out from the reel a lot further. Second gen, third gen, they don't. They're like right up near the rod, which I don't think's quite as good, but still go well. The idea with the K series guides poking out further is you get a better line angle off the reel, so it's a bit more straight and you get a better cast. Where if the eye is way up here, yeah, you just got a sharper angle up to the eye, and especially if that eye is way down here as well, not real good. But enough about the rod and reel. So the fight's still playing out, getting it in bit by bit. Luckily none of those boaties come in close enough to cut me off. You can see in the background there.
A big Spanish. Look where he's hooked it. This shit. Look at that.
Put that fish back.
Yeah.
Come on.
How can you hook a fish like that? Nicely done. Nicely done.
You are not allowed to do that.
That's it's a big Spanish and you've hooked it just through the top fin. Chuck it back in.
So that fish, he would have chased the lure down. Maybe there was a couple there and he got too close, and because you're winding fast, yeah, it's accidentally jagged him in the head, in the back. Stabbed in the back by Luke Matikainen.
Yeah, that's a heavy mackerel. Look how he hooked it. Look at that.
Stabbed in the back, which led to his death. Oh, it was a happy moment. A few handshakes all around.
There you go, it's come loose, look. Did you see that? It was hooked in the top of that fin. In this tiny little thing. Yeah, I think you have to put that back. It was a good gaff shot though, but that is a big Spanish, man.
Hope you liked that episode, and if you want to see more, please subscribe to the channel, turn the notification bell on, like the video, leave a comment below. Would really appreciate that. The more activity the video has, the more likely it is to be shown on the YouTube homepage and be shared around a bit by the algorithm. It shows that it's popular, and so it comes up in other people's video feeds and main page and things like that. So yeah, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next episode.